Welcome back to another episode of Fox Sports Lab NRL. I'm Eloise Sohier. Alongside me is Josh Morris. Josh, how are you going today?
Going well, getting very excited. Only a couple of sleeps away till Origin 2 and hoping that the Blues can redeem themselves after their loss in Game 1.
Yeah, certainly a lot of Blues fans crossing their fingers ahead of Game 2 on Wednesday night. Heading into this clash, what is the biggest focus that the Blues would be focusing on at training this week? What would have been the real sticking point that they took away from Game 1 to try and get a result up there?
Oh, I think it would definitely be just the little effort areas, like just not stopping moving. We saw in Game 1, Lindsay Collins, for that try for Cameron Munster, he ran past about five Blues jumpers when they just stood there. And Origin is all about that. It's all about little moments and not giving up on any moment. They were better than us in Game 1 and they got the win. So I think they will have addressed that. And I think you're going to see a more desperate Blues side in Game 2.
We know Latrell Mitchell was there. He went into camp and then he's withdrawn himself given that calf injury. If you're his opposing player up there in the Maroons camp, are you breathing a sigh of relief?
Oh, I think they would breathe a sigh of relief, but they've also got Stephen Crichton there who did a job in Game 1. He's been one of the better centres in the comp this year. So whilst Latrell is a big loss, they've got a capable replacement in Stephen Crichton, and I expect him to be one of the best players and to step up on Wednesday night.
What about the likes of Mitch Moses coming in? The last time he played there was in 2021. Nathan Cleary is obviously injured. How much do you believe Mitch Moses is the perfect fit, just given his maturity and his game experience in big games like a grand final last year?
Yeah, look, I probably would have been happy to go with Adam Reynolds or Mitch Moses. Both of them have wonderful kicking games. We need a great long kicking game to try and pin the Blues down into their own half. So he comes with that big kicking game, but he also has that big match experience now, having led the Parramatta side to a grand final last year. He's playing some of the best footy in his career, and I think he's at the right age now to go out there and dominate from the outset. So I'm right behind Mitch here, and I'm expecting a big game from him also.
How do you think Luai approaches this game? Is this an opportunity for him to really stamp his mark in this New South Wales jersey? There was a lot of criticism heading into game one, whether he should be picked there alongside Cleary. What do we think Luai can bring there on Wednesday?
Yeah, the only way to silence those critics, I guess, is with a dominant performance. And Cameron Munster has that ability to break a game wide open, and we've seen that Jerome can do that as well. A month ago or so against the Roosters, he was unbelievable and set up a lot of tries in that game and just looked phenomenal. So he needs to channel that kind of play and also play off the cuff as well, because when he plays off the cuff, he's just as dangerous as a Cameron Munster.
What about the forwards now, Josh Morris? We know that Rhys Robson's coming to the sides. New South Wales are going to carry two hookers, as to like the Maroons with the Harry Grant, Ben Hunt set up. Do you like that for the Blues heading into game two? And what does Rhys Robson bring to this side alongside Damien Cook in terms of speed?
Yeah, I think they've gone with the right choice there. Obviously, they opted for the one hooker there. It would have been interesting if Appy wasn't injured, if they would have just stuck with the one hooker, or if they would have gone with the two. Personally, I like the two hooker rotation. It brings Rhys Robson into the game as well, who has great leg speed. He's similar to a Ruben Cotter. He has that leg speed around the ruck as well. And Queensland have a pretty mobile pack with leg speed. So I think he's been brought into the side to try and combat that as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that partnership between him and Damien Cook works.
What about the partnership in the Maroons camp? We know that the only changes they've really had to make in terms of stability is just through injury. Jeremiah Nanai comes into the squad, a few changes there. But what do you make of the Miss Maroon squad? Are they bigger and better given that the core group really is and the spine has really stayed intact?
Yeah, I think they're probably a stronger side with their inclusions. All those three players that have come into the squad have Origin experience, and like I said, that they've picked a mobile pack as well. And Mo Fotuaika there, he's been outstanding for the Titans. Xavier Coates has been doing wonderful things down at the Storm as well, and he's an aerial threat. So they're probably a stronger side having those inclusions in their side, which makes it a bit harder for the Blues to win, but I'm backing them to the hills.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a bit of a scary prospect going in there as a Blues fan. Now, just talk to us about playing at Suncorp. It's a cauldron up there. How hard is it? How much harder does it make it for the Blues squad to try and get that win and keep this series alive playing up there in Brisbane?
Oh, look, it makes it tough, but it doesn't make it impossible. If they want to go up there, they've got to try and block out or silence the crowd with a dominant performance. When you run out there, you can barely hear yourself. So you need to get your training right throughout the week so that when the communication does break down, everyone still is aware of what the game plan is and to get it done. And if they can get a win up in Suncorp and silence that crowd, well, then they come back down to Sydney for a hell of a third game. So they know what's ahead of them. They need to be a whole lot more desperate this time around. But like I said, I'm a Blue and I'm supporting them all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we let you go, Josh, just quickly, what's your tip for Wednesday night up there at Suncorp Stadium?
Well, I think I've made it pretty clear, Eloise. I think it's going to be a Blues victory. I think it might be a tight one. There might be a try or a field goal in this one. So if we get the job done, it'll be a close one.
Oh, every fan will be on the edge of their seats. Josh Morris, thanks so much for your company here on Fox Sports Lab NRL. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Eloise.
What's gambling really costing you?